always
Yeah.
felt that way.
Yeah.
That's been my only gripe against President Obama's administration. They nominated a black woman put on the United States Supreme Court. Like could have had two by now. Anyway, we're talking about just people being sensitive. Like you can't say anything anymore, and you get canceled for saying something, even if it comes to your protection and your best interest. You just got to watch what you say and how you say it. And there's just a few of us left on this earth. I'm so glad that I was raised by beautiful, hardcore grandparents. And my mom, my stepdad, my sister's dad. My mama had 4 brothers. My dad had 3 brothers. I have all uncles, right? And and my aunts that they were married to, and your football coach, your basketball coach, your baseball coach, your principal, pastor at the church, and the deacon, and all the old men in the neighborhood. You think about all the old men, Mr. Merchant, Mr. Lewis, Mr. Lewis down the hall, my Boy Scout leader, Mr. Foster. And I thank God for all of that. That's what I call growing up rich, because you had a lot of people around you that said what needed to be said to you, and they didn't give a damn about how you felt when they said it. And they corrected you, and you just can't say nothing nowadays. It's sad that you see a kid damn near running in the street to get hit by a car, and if you grab him too hard and snatch him back, you might get jumped on when you actually just saved his life. Well, why did you have to snatch him like that? Well, man, the truck was coming and they hit him and killed him, but you didn't have to snatch him like that. You could have hurt his feelings. You know what I'm saying?
But what about what we was just talking about adults that can't take correction?
Oh no!
When it comes to correcting people about respecting your privacy, respecting your boundaries, respecting your, and we're not talking from a celebrity standpoint. We're talking from a human adult relationship situation. You see somebody out in public, that's acting a certain way. You can't say anything to them. Like if you gotta,
even if you can, and pull them to the side.
They take everything personal.
Yeah, people are working and they're talking too loud and they're being too unprofessional. You say, hey, can y'all, y'all at work? Why don't y'all tone it down a little bit? You got customers in here that don't want to hear all y'all business. Because people talk loud on their phone. They talk loud to their coworkers. But if you say something to them, you being,
I went to pump gas at a gas station. Walked in there, all of us working in the gas station. Music is loud, the dirty version of music.
Oh yeah.
Customers are coming in looking all like, I'm like, bro, y'all.
And it's crazy because like even when we get ready to go out and go fishing and stuff, man, you'd be glad to see people of your race come out and rent a boat or buy a boat or it's their boat or whatever, and you got kids around, black kids, white kids, Latino kids of all colors. But the fact that you have absolutely no discretion with the music that you play, and the music, some of the music is inappropriate, some of it inappropriate for grown folks.
Right.
It's just absolutely lack of discretion. Even just tell you how I am, and I thank God for my home training or whatever. Because if I pull up to a red light and I see somebody in their 60s in their car over there, a couple dressed alike going to see Maze or something, or older white couple or black couple, whoever they may be, man, I'm really going to turn my music down at the light. I know I can. It's my music. It's my radio. It's my car. I can play it as loud as I want to play it. But should you? Should you sit up there and blast your music and make an intense moment for the couple that's trying to enjoy their music because you got some bass? When the light turn green and the car take off, then turn your music up when you going 50, 60, 70 miles per hour. But at the stoplight, everybody got to stop what they doing to listen to your music because you got big balls and you want to flex. And it's just absolutely sad and it's embarrassing and stuff that we see. But I just thank God for the few soldiers that's out here that got cursed out, pulled to the side and smacked, pulled to the side and shake, pulled to the side and hit and popped on the ass when you were 3, 4, and 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And it's just a makeup of the person that I am today. And I pride myself. And let me tell you something else. I'm glad I was raised that way because I pride myself on being respectful. I pride myself on being quiet and not trying not to disturb anyone else's peace. I pride myself I'm talking about like take total pride myself of being respectful and just being concerned about what I'm doing, not having a negative effect on somebody else. And I take pride in that. And it takes a certain kind of discipline, a certain kind of structure, a certain amount of discretion and home training just to be that way. Good morning. How are you today? You know, this generation, man, and what's happening is, especially, we clashing with it's the home train versus the I do what I want to do, can't nobody tell me to do, I have my rights. And we're clashing.
But it's not just the young generation. It's folks our age that don't know how to act.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's folks our age that don't know how to act, too. Now, the younger ones feel entitled and feel like they can do whatever they want to do, but the older ones that should know better, that's even more disturbing.
So when did this sensitiveness kick in?
30 years ago. 30 years ago, when you couldn't say, remember 30 years ago, you couldn't say nothing to nobody about nothing, or you'd get cussed the hell out, or whatever. 30 years ago. Now look at the demographic of the age of the people that's committing the crimes and doing what they're doing, and what you see walking up and down the hallways in the grocery stores and in the airport. Look what you see. You know what I'm saying? Old people to pull your ass. I had an old man in D.C. I did a show at the MGM Grand, sold out. 6,000 people, right? Tom Joyner was there, Miss H was there, tore it up. And I went down there, still feeling myself. And it was an older black man in his 60s. He was sitting there eating breakfast. He said, how you doing? I said, he said, I enjoyed the show last night. I said, yeah, thank you for coming. He said, can you sit down for a second? I said, yes, sir. I knew he was respectful, because when he asked me to sit down, he had a serious look on his face. And that man sat down and broke down some stuff about my comedy routine that really, really had me thinking and had me reevaluating my act on stage and some of the things I do and say on stage. And my question was, did I need to do that just to get the laugh? And he was absolutely correct. And I went back to my room with tears in my eyes or whatever. And every now and then, you need somebody to shake your ass up right when you walking around thinking that you got it going on. And somebody, I came with my wife, I'm a pastor. I don't mind this, that, and other. He said, but I've been following you for a long time. That's why we drove all the way out. Man, I felt terrible. And I felt like I owed him a show.
Because you had said some things that rubbed him? You said some things that he didn't expect you to say?
Absolutely, but he was correct with the way he presented it and the way he explained it to me. Or whatever, and everybody need a little bit of coaching. I don't care how.
Because you've done that with me before on shows. When you say, hey man, you was doing too much. You know what I'm saying with the like
boom,
like hey, back off of that.
But we have to help each other.
Right.
Correction is good, and then if you set yourself up where can't nobody correct you, you're not gonna get better. Please be that person and say, well, I feel like I can be like these damn new generation kids. Well, I feel like I have a right or whatever. Then you get yourself in a position where don't nobody want to say nothing to you.
Come on.
So we're going to let you walk around with the booger on your shirt. Period. And that's all.
Message.
We won't want to say nothing to it because he might get offended if I tell him that the booger's on the shirt or whatever. So you let him walk around with it all day looking crazy. When I could have told him, hey, man, help you with that. Here's a napkin. You just get that off where people won't be. You know what I'm saying? So, let's just try to be mindful and try to pull people to the side and continue to correct it and continue to teach anybody that will listen. Don't be scared to try to teach or whatever. But if they open that door, y'all people out there with all the knowledge, and teach. And everybody out there, we just ask everybody to be respectful. But we just want to address that. More we get to find them on the show coming up. I always say with anybody about Indeed need to find quality candidates fast.